Hello! This video is an introduction to what Unity Healing is all about. Unity Healing is about alignment. It's about finding harmony and balance within ourselves and finding harmony and balance in our surroundings, our relations to our surroundings. The idea is that we are complex beings in the sense that we consist of many different parts, many different qualities, many different functions as human beings. We have an intellect, we have a cognitive ability that can be used as a tool, but it doesn't classify us as individuals. We also have a heart that seeks connectivity in the different electromagnetic processes of the organs in our body. So we have a heart that is at the spiritual level, but also at the physical level, a kind of compass for when we are in alignment, when we are in balance. And then we have the intestines that are also sending us messages about when we are in alignment, and it is a whole new interesting area for understanding the way that we are connected to the surrounding worlds through microbacteria, the micro level of bacteria. We are interacting very actively and symbiotically with microorganisms. And that is a very important part of us. So all of these parts are connected. Just like earlier, we also had this strive of finding out whether we were mostly emotional beings, whether our intelligence was mostly emotional, or whether it could only be based on the logical mind, what was called the IQ. So Unity Healing is about alignment of ourselves, realizing that we are all of this. And what we need is to find balance between the different parts so that we move into unity, we move into wholeness. It is a holistic approach. But this is not enough, because we are also always related to the surrounding worlds. Nobody is an island. I'm not an island, and you're not an island. No matter how much we grow in our consciousness, in our self-development, no matter how far we can take it, take our self-realization, you can say, and self-understanding and alignment, we are always connected to somebody else, something else, and to social structures. Social structures and systems are also kind of living entities, and they are placing constraints, restrictions, and possibilities for our interactions, and thereby also for our individual existence. Further than social structures, there are also language games and thought patterns. They run right through us. We share them when we interact with other people, but they also become part of our mindset. So they penetrate us. They become part of us. And the way that we have sort of established our own idiosyncrasies, what is unique to our way of picking cultural thought forms, language games, and a position in the social systems. That is what forms part of our individual identity. And apart from that, we also have to get to know ourselves at the energetic, qualitative level, the level of unity, and the way that different energetic qualities are affecting us from within, from without and from within. That is also part of who we are. This is why the particularity of Unity Healing is about understanding connections between internal and external worlds. Now, in many spiritual communities, it has been a tradition, a newer tradition, to understand wholeness, oneness, to get to the veil of Maya, understanding how we create illusions around us constantly. But also understanding that with our senses, our cognitive abilities, everything that makes us human, we're also choosing subconsciously and consciously what to take in from the external world. We're not taking everything in, and we're not understanding everything, and we're not perceiving everything that exists. So from this level of understanding, we can say that we sort of create our own realities. And it's very common to talk about this as creating illusions, or that the whole world around us, as it is in Buddhism, is sort of like an illusion, and all we need is to find rest and peace inside. So unity healing is more than the state of the Buddha, and it's more than Christ consciousness. It is alignment. It is integrating these states, but aligning them also with our three-dimensional, two-dimensional, one-dimensional state of being in an interaction with a matrix around us, with social systems around us. As I said again, we are not islands. So, what is very important for the next steps, you can say, of this consciousness evolution, is our ability to understand group consciousness at multiple levels, and understanding, refining, aligning ourselves as a constant process, while also constantly aligning ourselves with external living entities and finding resonance and synchronicity with others, so that we form very good, very intelligent and heart-based connections for co-creation. It is not random who we attract, who we are attracted by, and who we are repulsed by. And it doesn't have to do with condemning anyone or judging anyone. We don't need to hate, to place negative approaches to people to whom we are repulsed. It's just a sign at the energetic level, electromagnetic level. It's just a sign that right now we are not so compatible. And synchronicity is not so mystical. You can say it in a very everyday life kind of way, that synchronicity is when we have a lot in common with others. But it's at the very concrete level of experiences, thought patterns, things we have been through that have left a mark in our structure. It's not just cognitive, it's not just intellectual, it's not necessarily brain-based, but we have a set of common experiences that make us vibrate in kind of, or partial, or full resonance. And that makes us compatible for, very often, for co-creation, for co-creative processes. So getting to know ourselves at this level is very crucial in the big transformation that is happening right now, where the earth is shifting, societies must be shifting mindsets. So the point of departure in unity healing is the shift of mindset. And it is the self-nourishment of our own structures, our own mindsets, to reach a point of departure where we can both use our intellectual capacities, our heart as a compass, our intestine consciousness, and our overall cell consciousness, our implicit internal wisdom and knowledge that we have a possibility, a potential to activate. And to know when the creative life forces are coming into us and seeking expression. Because when there is a lot of anxiety, depression today in the society, that even goes down to children and young people, very young people who should be loving to move into the world curiously, openly, but they are getting depressed and they are getting anxious. And this is because they are not finding alignment between themselves and the surrounding world. They're not finding alignment with their own need for honesty, for justice, for authentic presence. So, because through the state of authentic, honest and just, empathetic presence, this is where the creative forces can come most clearly to sight for you. Insight, external sight, feeling, the sight of feeling, the experience of feeling. And when you have it, when you feel it, you need to act, because it needs to float right through you. So Unity Healing delivers texts, blog texts in the written form, video texts, and creative expressions. And it's working also on creating as time goes by, offering particular project-based consultancy. And right now we also have the dynamic dialogue coaching sessions that are supporting the process of coming into alignment in our complex selves, reaching unity, making the complexity feel simple, because alignment is the same as a feeling of simplicity. It doesn't mean that we are simple beings. It doesn't mean that we don't have substance or that we are floating in the superficial levels of reality. No! We are placing in existence of ourselves the many multiple dimensions that we consist of and reach into. So that is what Unity Healing is about. And I welcome you to this place, and you are free to navigate the web page for blog texts, video blog, creative expressions, and please feel welcome also to leave a comment if you feel inspired to share some of your own thoughts on these topics. Thank you so much, and welcome to Unity Healing.